Hey everybody, this is City from Clean Tech Pros bringing to you the second half of the employee, I guess we can say retention, right? So last time we spoke about incentives. We talked about the many different things you can do for incentives. So there's a company that I know that's very well versed in understanding incentives. So what they do is that when they went on their vacation and they closed for the couple of days or weeks that they took all their employees that they had and they took them to New York City. And they spent a whole day in New York City. They went and they got ice cream. They went to the museum. They did so many wonderful things. And I thought that that was an amazing thing to understanding and building a relationship with your employees. The other thing too, which is great, is that they create other avenues of empowering and showing their employees how much they appreciate and thank them. And there's an ongoing process. The management there and leadership there, it's outstanding. And when you come through there, whether you're there for a day or whether you're there for a month or whether you're there for the long haul, you have walked away and earned the respect and understanding how it's supposed to be done in business. I really support this business all the time. The business is called How Delish. They're in West Orange. And you really need to understand how wonderful it is the way that they take care of their employees. Now, that is the way that How Delish does it. Let's talk about how you should do it. Now, when I work for these other organizations, I created incentives. We had contests, and the contests were ongoing, and they loved it. People loved the rewards after the contest. They loved being in number one. They created teams. They benefited in so many different ways, and it was lovely. Honestly, it was lovely just seeing these wonderful employees and leadership compete, and it was a honest and good and fair competition all the time. And many times we had deadlines, many times we had goals, many times we had to make sure our margins were met, and we did that collectively. And as we did that collectively, we make sure that we understood also too that we're going to fall by the wayside in certain areas. And certain people will not be with us as they were from the beginning. We get that. But we do have to walk away from there and say, hey, did I do everything that I could to make sure that no matter who leaves or no, they're not around us that much longer, they've walked away and they've taken a good habit, they've taken a good system, they've taken some great morals, and they've taken some good training with them. And this is something that you need to have. Your leadership and your management will have a better outcome overall if you continue to give them training, even if it's sensitive training, even if it's emotional training, even if it's any type of training, anger training. Have people come into your company who do these things and give your employees a chance to talk. One of the things that I try to do with my employees every now and then is that I have a very good friend, a business person who I know very well. She has a massage parlor, and Sophie, she has a massage parlor, and I will try to on an often basis is give my employees a masseuse, right? Or massage, I should say. She's the masseuse. And that means a lot to them, right? We're not worried about the cost. We're not worried about that. But what we're worrying about is making sure that our employees are going to be able to be happy being here with us. They used to say, happy life, happy wife. Well, that's the same thing with business. Happy employee, happy business, more money, but the customers feel that. One of the most beautiful things that I see is when I go into business, and I've gone there for quite some time, and I continuously see the same employees. When you see the same employees, that lets you know that somewhere, someplace, even if it's the smallest thing, the employee is happy. Not saying that is a high percentage. It could be the money. Fine. It could be the consistency. Fine. It could be the communication. Fine. But there's something there that they're doing right, and never be afraid to ask. So when you have an employee that comes in, understand what they can do. You may have somebody that can work for you, that comes to work for you, and say, for example, in my trade, We do restoration, cleanup, and remediation work, fire, water, trauma, and crime cleanup. And someone comes to us and they say, hey, listen, I've never done this work before, but I'm willing to learn. So they come in, I say, well, what do you do? What are you good at? Oh, well, I was working for my mom for some time, and, we had a bakery, and I just didn't want to do that anymore. So my bell goes off and say, hey, listen, I got somebody now who can bake. So every now and then it will be nice to pay them to just bake something for the guys or the girls or the team, and be able to offer it to them. And first of all, understanding allergies, right? But doing that, but it's important for you to incorporate whatever you can. That little bit of effort makes a difference, right? You don't have to spend your money all the time and destroying your bottom line on these things. But you want to make sure that your employees, I hear many people say, you know what, I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to deal with her today. I don't want to deal with him today. No. Well, somebody has to listen to that, because we must understand there's 3 stories to a story, right? And there's the truth, there's a lie, and then there's the truth. So we have to deal with those things. So we know there's a truth, but someone's going to tell the truth, and then someone's going to tell a lie. So we deal with those things. And that's important for us to deal with that. So somewhere along the line, we must be able to come to the medium and really not have favoritism. That's something that's very important. But create your incentives. So you give somebody a lottery ticket. The lottery ticket is good. It doesn't win. So they're like, that's fine. Okay. So you do another program. You go out and get a $25 gift card from anywhere. And you get a couple of them. And you do many things that you don't insult their character, but also too, you enhance your business. And when people feel that, when people feel they're able to come and be a part of something that they can believe in, but that also believes in them, it's very, very important. Another thing too that this business does, and How Delish, every month they have what is called let me get this right, it's a generation conversation. So they invite the old and the young together inside of their establishment, and it's after they close, and they sit around and they talk about so many wonderful things. The young folks are on one side, the older folks are on the other side, and they talk about generational things. And the employees, once they get finished cleaning up, once they get finished doing everything, they come and they sit and they share their stories. It is the most amazing thing I've seen in a very long time. So the employees get a chance to know some of the customers who actually come and be a part there. Many of them are customers, and these are the young folks. And to hear what the young folks say is so amazing, right? Because we are old folks. We got stories that we can tell forever. But when you hear the young people from 17 and up talk about their endeavors, talk about their lives, talk about their wants, their needs, their desires, all these amazing things, their accomplishments, their schooling, education, you are amazed about what you are hearing. So How Delish in West Orange definitely gets the top rating in my mind for one of the top businesses that I've dealt with in many, many years. And I've been around a long time, and I've been a part of some great businesses. And some of the businesses that are doing millions of dollars have not done what this business has done. And there's only one operation. They only have one store, and it's a husband and wife team. And they are absolutely amazing. They have not paid me for this, but I'm doing this to inspire you all. So it's called How Delish. They're in West Orange. And just get a chance, even if you call them or just reach out to them or shoot an email and hear their story, but also to find out what do they do and how do they do that and create such a great staff, right? And they started just like the rest of us small businesses. They started off with a building that was demolishing in the inside, and they had to create something out of it, and they did. So we talk about employee retention, and that's important to understand how that works. But training, leadership, you must know how to train. You must understand that you play a very big part in making sure that your employees, because when you have employees that are not happy, you need to be able to have somebody there to talk to them about that. Not someone that they don't like, not someone that they can't communicate with, not someone that they can't associate with. You need to either have yourself involved or you need to hire somebody. You need to have some type of representative that they can match up to. Because you got to remember, there's a lot of prejudices. And I don't mean that as far as skin color. I mean that as far as resources. There's a lot of prejudice as far as information. There's a lot of prejudice as far as our mental capacity because there's certain things we do know, we don't know. There's environments that we've been in, environments that we haven't been in. So it's very fair for you as an employer to make sure that you have a chance to even know your employee. There's sometimes things that are hidden up under the rug. You did not take time to find out because it's like, let's go, 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 go. Let's push, 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 push. But, there's a story I want to tell you. It's very, very important. I'm not going to tell you now. We're going to do that in part 3. But you need to understand about employee retention. Employee retention is very, very important. And if you lose someone, does it always mean that you are not right? No. When you lose someone, does it always mean that the employee is not right? No. When you lose someone, all it means is that it gives you an opportunity to figure out what didn't work. And if it is working well and they just are not the fit, then just continue doing what you're doing. But understand that it's very, very important to make sure you keep the train moving. Understand incentives play a great part in creating longevity and keeping people there. And also, too, it also plays a big part in getting good ideals from them. Let people give you something to think about, right? Sometimes they create a new dish. Sometimes they know how to do something a little easier. Sometimes they understand, maybe you work a 5-6 day work week and you're doing a lot of hours. Maybe you say, you know what, guys, listen, well, let's do whatever. Let's make an adjustment. You don't have to do what everybody else does. It's about increasing the bottom line. And so how do we increase the bottom line and use less? And that's it. You want to get more. You want to get more out of them. But you also, too, at the same time, you want to make sure that you get them to give you that long haul, right? I have another story to tell you. I want to tell you more, and there's a lot to talk about. But we're going to go to part 3, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.